100 for 100, a podcast for all you newer type movie watchers out there. If you're looking for movies to really check out, getting into film watching, man, I made a list for you. I did your work for you. All right, now like Back to the Future, just put your name on it and turn it in. It's me, your boy C, the host of this fine this bit of business that we call 100 for 100. 100 movies for all you new ones out there, ranked from 100 to 1, each accompanied by a 100-word review. That's how we get the title of the show. Yesterday, number 73, we talked about Ocean's 11, directed by Steven Soderbergh. It's one of my favorite sick films. Just lay on the couch and just be sick in your sickness. But you can still get a couple chuckles out of it if you've seen it a lot of times like I have. I love that movie. But today, we're here to talk about number 72. Number 72, we step into the James Bond world with Goldfinger, 1964, directed by Guy Hamilton, one of many Guy Hamilton directed James Bond films. This Sean Connery's third outing, I do believe. Yes, Sean Connery's third outing. Oh, it says it right here in my 100-word review. Let's get into that. The third entry into a decades-long franchise, Goldfinger is the first film to combine all the classic 007 elements, cars, gadgets, women, henchmen, absurd plots, into one successful story. Sean Connery is fully comfortable in his role as the classic secret agent, and it shows as he moves effortlessly through set pieces, fight scenes, and car chases. This is the first Bond film that introduced the classic Aston Martin DB5 that has since become a staple of the franchise. With the addition of Honor Blackman as Pussy Galore, Goldfinger is where the Bond series takes off in earnest. So, you know, when you think about James Bond movies, you think about the things that I rattled off there. You think about your cars, your DB5s. I think they've had a Lotus on there. I know Pierce Brosnan had the BMW Roadster for a while. He had BMWs his whole run, I think. Gadgets, you know, the Bond's known for his gadgets, some more over the top than others. Women, of course, the phrase Bond girl is a thing. Henchmen, the first henchman you think of is Odd Job, right? And absurd plots, which is just something that every Bond villain must have to properly be considered a Bond villain. All that for the first time finally came together in this movie. All right. And you think about the one that came before this, From Russia with Love, is a better spy film, but the plot's not really all that absurd. The plot actually makes a whole lot of sense. Lord James Bond to get to this place, and then we fucking kill him. That's it. That's all it was. It made sense. But when you think of Bond, Goldfinger is where it all comes together, man. It's Sean Connery just being all Sean Connery-ish. Or Goldfinger is, I think Goldfinger is one of your better James Bond villains. He had a little bit of class to him. He had a fairly, like, it's still absurd, but I dig his plan. A dude obsessed with gold wants to fuck with everybody else's gold to increase the value of his gold. So, yeah, why not? It just kind of makes sense. And I think we have Honor Blackman. She's been a Bond girl, I think twice. But this is the first time we see her as Pussy Galore, and it's good to see. I think that was the first Bond girl you really get with her own agency. And Dr. No, you had Ursula Andress' character, who doesn't really have a whole lot to do but get rescued. From Russia with Love, yeah, with Tatiana. And then I guess she's okay, but she doesn't do much here. But Pussy Galore, he has to actively work to change her mind. And if he doesn't change her mind, this whole thing fails. She's got her own flying circus of all female pilots, which is a dope thing to see back in 1964? Yeah, back in 1964. And yeah, you get Felix Leiter from CIA up in there as well. This is just a good, fun spy movie, a good action spy movie, good car chases. The gadgets are there, but not so absurd as they will get later on down the line. That this, like, these gadgets, like, okay, I can kind of see a spy actually having that, you know, like just a simple tracking device he puts in his shoe on some Get Smart type shit. And, you know, all the other stuff that happens. You get the DB5 with the ejector seat, right? Like, that is the Bond car of choice. And yeah, I think we get the DB9 coming out, or it has already came out with the Daniel Craig joints. But this is the joint with the passenger ejector seat. And they reference that in Skyfall, the Daniel Craig Skyfall with the passenger ejector seat, and the guns that come out of the headlights, and the bulletproof window, and the oil slick joints, and all that kind of stuff. If you're not a big fan of James Bond, that's understandable. There is, I will very readily admit, issues. It is, they have to use that old standby, a product of its time. But if you can look past that, then there's some good stuff to be enjoyed here. If you can't, that's also understandable as well. Number 72 on our list. It's a fun movie to sit down and check out. Goldfinger. Goldfinger.